We're grateful that you could stay with us here on Citi TV, and you're welcome back to our special coverage of the parliamentary probe into the leaked audio purported to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akuffo-Dampare. Let's take you back to Parliament House and bring you that feed.
Very well.
Yeah, I'm asking you first.
Very well. We found some few issues with the transcription. We had an instance of wrong attribution.
Yes.
Yes, where one person spoke and it was attributed to
Another person.
that is so.
Okay.
There were also, the transcription was also not verbatim. It wasn't verbatim transcription. There are instances where words have been replaced and sentences rephrased generally. And then we also noticed the fact that the transcription and the audio, when compared, will appear to have been edited. There's no flow, the flow of conversation. In some portions, the people at the meeting will be speaking about one thing, and then it jumps into another area. So these are the general
Observations
that I had.
Okay, fine. Now, do you see portions of the transcription which represents you, what you said?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Are there portions of the transcription that can never be attributed to you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, what are the portions, please?
Mr. Chairman, if you go to page 3 of the transcription.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Line 8.
Yes.
I saw something that I want to find out. I was doing that because we will go on retirement, maybe confident, and to work for and to change power. I don't remember we discussing anything like that.
That represents what Chief Bugri Nabu said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not yours. That's
Yes.
Alaji.
Yes.
Yes.
Then when we go to page 4, line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I wouldn't want doctor to become the flag bearer and we lose the elections. Mr. Chairman, as I sit here, I can't remember.
You cannot remember?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But this piece of transcription, did you have a voice correlation on the audio?
Yes. It was an audio. Yeah.
And is that your voice or it's been improvised?
The voice resembles my voice, but I can't remember making those things.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm not denying or accepting because I can't remember. Mr. Chairman.
Yes. So therefore, you are having memory challenges in relation to your own voice.
Mr. Chairman, it's not everything that you say that you can remember anytime.
Yes. You see, so what will jolt your memory is your own voice on the tape. Is that not so?
Yes.
Yes.
But I can't remember saying it, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner, that is the way of life. you can't remember everything. But you can't deny your own voice. I put it to you.
Mr. Chairman,
you can't deny your own voice.
I can't deny my own voice, but I can doubt a voice that resembles my voice.
So the inference is that you are saying that somebody is trying to mimic you. Is that what you are saying?
Exactly, Mr. Chairman. I'm
All
doubting
right.
that voice.
All right, that is fine. Okay, fine. So that is a very, very interesting dimension to this, that somebody is trying to set him up. That's fine. Now, I want you to take the transcribed document and delineate all that you admit before we proceed. So please, can you, you might have done that already. I have a red pen here if you want to do so. All that you accept and you remember, be good enough to just underline, and then we'll take it up from there.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
What I did is a reverse of what you are asking me to do. Well, I tried to look for those that I don't remember.
Okay.
So now if I have to talk about those that I remember saying, maybe then I will need to read, and then when I see something, then I tell you that I said this.
You see, with the greatest of respect, you having 3 lawyers. You are, with your good self, you are 3 lawyers. And we gave you a huge space. So you do a good comparison. So you know what has happened. But right now, it seems to me, you are now talking about the fact that you remember some things and you don't remember something. Because I thought the purpose of the exercise was to do the comparison. And then you know what you accept. And then you also know what you do not accept. That's all. That comparison hasn't been done here.
That's all. Mr. Chairman, I think what the witness is trying to say is that when he did the comparison, he rather focused on the portions that cannot be attributed to him. But your question was for him to state what can be attributed to him. So what we have here really has marks of portions that he does not confirm. So it will just be the reverse. If we can,
but the reverse is true.
That's so.
So if, by your own permutation, if there are some that you accept, then by comparison, you should know what you don't accept. Is that not so? That's very logical.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. That's why I said I'm going to look through now.
Yes.
Because those that I don't accept, I've marked it so that I'll be reading those that I accept.
But that is inherent in the exercise today. Yeah. So the exercise today, you are working through what you accept. And by necessary inference, you will know what you don't accept. Because how can you know what you accept if you cannot tell us what you do not accept? They go hand in hand.
Yes. Mr. Chairman,
yes, sir.
I think we are actually talking about the same thing. The comparison that he did, he has marked portions of where he doesn't accept. Yes. So all the portions which are not marked are portions that he accepts. So as we sit here, we have that in our hands. Okay. But his confusion, I'm sorry about it, but his issue with the question was that you were asking him to give you all the portions that he accepts. Mark those ones out.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Very well.
And I thought that is why you took our time away. Is that not so?
Yes, we did. And
so let me have it. Those things that he accept, mark it, accept. Because we're going to question him on what he has said.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
Yes. We've marked out the portions that you don't accept.
Okay.
Yes. So but that's the only copy that we also have.
Yes.
We would want the committee to have it, make copies.
Have you also marked out what you accept?
The portions that you don't accept are very few, marked, and they are marked out. So all others are accepted. Otherwise, the paper will be a lot of.
Yes.
All others have been accepted.
All of them have been accepted. Okay, so I want him to tender it in evidence. Give it to him, let him tender it in evidence.
Mr. Chairman wants me to lead him to do that.
No.
Otherwise,
Simple.
okay.
So, the transcript is hereby tendered in evidence. That's all.
Mr. Chairman, as my counsel said, we've marked the portions that we don't accept.
Yes.
All others
Accepted.
are accepted.
So tender it in evidence.
Right, tender it.
Yes,
in
very
evidence.
good.
Chairman, respectfully.
Yeah, I want to mark it. Should I?
Yes. But since he's saying that
Yes.
those portions that he's marked are not accepted,
Yes.
I don't think there'll be more than, would there be more than 10 paragraphs?
You have, sorry, Mr. Chairman, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 paragraphs, Mr. Chairman. But not all the paragraphs. There are some just section of those paragraphs.
Chairman, I suggest that once it's been tendered, they'll make copies of those portions that is marked.
Yes.
Then the rest, we have it already, and we can.
No, it should be all.
All of them.
Yes. So that
There are 45 pages.
you can situate it properly.
Okay, no problem.
So let the records reflect. The transcription, which was exacted from the audio tape and perused by Commissioner George Mensah in the company of 2 solicitors of the Superior Court of Judicature, in which what he has accepted is duly marked, and what is rejected is also marked. What is accepted is not marked.
Exactly.
Okay. In which what is accepted is not duly marked is hereby tendered in evidence and marked as Exhibit 1. Okay, so colleagues who want to see what, you accepted, and then the cross-examination will continue, if you like. I think we should spare a moment to photocopy it. We are not many here. Yes. In the meantime, we can continue whilst we wait for you. Now, Commissioner, with the greatest of respect, what advantage did you seek to achieve by engaging Chief Bugre Nabu?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For now, my engagement with Mr. Bugre Nabu did not give any advantage except the fact that my name and my pictures are trending in the whole world. Now, people who had not even heard my name,
no, sir.
seen me before.
Yes, no, sir.
Yes.
Council, I made a mistake, but let me find out. Did you people have lunch? Or you were too busy?
We were too busy.
Oh. I'm sorry? Lunch was provided. Okay, fine. Do you want us to excuse you so you have some lunch?
Chairman, no, we want to proceed.
You want to proceed? Commissioner and Council, listen to me carefully so that it doesn't become a challenge. I'm saying that. I'm talking about the matters which predated the tip. You get the point? Yes. So, what advantage did you want to secure by engaging Chief Bugri Nabu?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now I've gotten the question
Yes,
very
please.
clear.
Yeah.
Very clear. Mr. Chairman, my going to Mr. Bugri Nabu was through his own invitation, and the purpose was that the current IGP, the probability that they are going to change him is high, and they are looking for somebody who can do the job and do it well.
Whose thinking was that? Who was thinking like that? Is it Bugri Nabu who invited you?
Mr. Chairman, maybe when I complete my statement, you will get the answer from what I'm going to say.
No, but I want to understand your premise. If not, I'll lose the conclusion. Let me find out from you. You are testifying that you didn't go to Bugri Nabu, he invited you. And what was the purpose of his inviting you?
Mr. Chairman, that is what I was going to say. Yes. The purpose of me going to Mr. Bugri Nabu inviting me was that one of my boys, the police officers, have gone to tell him that if they are looking for a new Inspector General of Police, then the man that he thinks can do the job and do it well is Commissioner George Alex Mensah. And Bugri Nabu said, oh, is that so? Then bring him and let me see him. That is why I ended up at Bugri Nabu's office.
Did you get the impression that Chief Bugri Nabu was scouting for a new IGP?
My impression was that, yes, he was scouting for a new IGP.
Can I infer, therefore, that he was dissatisfied with the work of the current IGP?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, he made it clear. And that is why I was even surprised about some of the audio that I said the audio was edited. Because he said so many things about this current IGP and what he has done and what he's not doing, and the promise he gave him that he has not satisfied the promise, and the fact that likelihood of him being changed is about 100%. And they are scouting for one person who can do the work well.
I can see now your memory is working, you know. Your memory is working so strong. Please, Commissioner, who is this go-between? You've mentioned somebody who is like a go-between, you know, the one who said certain good things about you to Chief Bukri Nabu, and therefore they should bring you to him to meet the person who can do the job better. Who is this go-between?
Mr. Chairman, that is Superintendent George Asari.
Okay. Yes, Honorable, I don't want to say you are in contempt of the chair, but I don't know why you were seated your time, and the whole thing was because of you. We need to rise. I don't know. Are you ready to continue with the... You are waiting for the document. Okay, so let me see to... Are you also waiting for the document, or... You can continue. So, did you have faith in Chief Bukri Nabu that he could assist you or anybody else to become an IGP?
Honorable Chair, I had, because I knew or have heard his name when it comes to MPP party circles, that he was a former chairman, he's a friend of the president. So once my boy told me that the man says he's ready to recommend me, but he wants to see me, I said, why not? If somebody wants to see you, not for a bad thing, but a good thing, I will go.
I understand. Okay, let me give space to Vice to further interrogate the matters.
Commissioner, you went to see Bukri Nabu to lobby for you to become IGP to replace Dr. Akufo-Dampare. Now, why were you interested in replacing Dr. Akufo-Dampare as the IGP?
Sir Chair, if you heard me right, Mr. Bukri Nabu told Mr. Asari that the IGP is likely to be changed and they are looking for a replacement.
Did you find out why Bukri Nabu told you they were looking for a replacement for the current IGP?
Yes, I did.
What did you establish?
What he said was that they want to change him because they don't like the kind of work that he's doing. That's all what he said.
But you have insisted yourself that the current IGP is not managing the police service to your expectation. Now, Commissioner, what would you have done differently?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I have insisted that he is not managing the service very well. Why? Because now, as we speak, he has shut up the mouth of every police officer, including the public affairs department. Nobody speaks.
Advised. So I will change my line of questioning. But well, now let me take you back to some of the things you said. No, sorry. No, we'll get him to. Yes. Now, Commissioner, you recall you said in the audio that, yes, this man sitting up there will not help our party. This man sitting up there. You can reference page 4 of the record. The transcript. Oh, they've surrendered the...
Yeah, to us, yeah.
That is so.
This is what they are bringing. Yeah, so, yeah, they're running copies.
We have the benefit of our colleagues.
Oh, you have the benefit of your police copy. So look at it if you can.
Yes, he said yes. This man sitting up there will not help our party. What kind of help were you referring to?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, in the absence of his record, which he has marked portions that he doesn't remember saying, it's difficult to compare what we have of our colleague, which is not marked, yes, with what has been sent for the, yes. So it's a bit difficult for us.
COP Mensa is Superintendent Asari, your friend.
Mr. Chairman, Asari worked under me as a regional police commander, Accra. So he knows me, and I know him. He is not a friend that, you know, we meet aside from work and do things, no. Okay. But he knows me and I know him.
And you are very confident to be speaking concerning very critical matters while he's seated with you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, because I've dealt with him on several issues as a regional commander. So I have confidence in him.
Do you expect him to confirm the issues that were discussed at the behest of Chief Bugri Nabu? Sorry?
Is it your question? No. Mr. Chairman, I expect Asare to speak on what he said. Discussions I had with Bugri Nabu was me and Bugri Nabu. He might be there, but he might not hear or get all what we said.
Commissioner Mensah, please, I just have this simple question. What's the name of the gentleman who came and informed you that Mr. Chief Bugri Nabu wanted to see you? Who is that person?
Mr. Chairman, that is Mr. George Lasondre Asare.
So we are here to deal with that. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Commissioner, in the course of the discussion or conferencing or whatever you had with Chief Bugri Nabu, at some material time, Superintendent Asare was there physically.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, he was there. But as I said, if he heard, because I was talking to Bugri Nabu, Asare was sitting at the back. If he heard it, yes, he can confirm. But I cannot say that he heard everything that I was saying to Bugri Nabu.
Were the two of you expecting that Superintendent Asare will hear what we're saying? Were you expecting that he would hear it? Or you didn't want him to hear it? In the same meeting?
Mr. Chairman, what I was telling Bugri Nabu was meant for Bugri Nabu. But Asare could have heard it.
And if he heard it, then he will confirm it. Is that not so?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Your good friend here, you know, he, was the reason for the adjournment. He says now he has the basis to continue with his interrogation. And I think he has the floor. So please listen carefully and see how we'll be able to make some progress.
Mr. Chairman, you mean, oh, okay.
Yes.
Honorable.
Yes.
Maybe Honorable doesn't know me, but I know him very well.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he was my student at Bekwai SG Secondary School.
is a teacher people affair.
I see.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to remember. Actually, I'm a product of a QSD. Yes, I'm a product of that school. I was there for my sixth form course. Yes, and I was the school prefect in 1994. So I may be right. Anyway, I have to do my work as bestowed on me under the Constitution. And so, COP, I've received a copy of the transcript that you went through and have made some markings. I'm taking you to page 4. Page 4. Page 4, Speaker 2. Because I wouldn't want doctor to become the flag bearer. And then you have put some question marks there, and it appears you've written something that cannot be read. Can you read what you have written there for us to?
What I've written there is that I don't remember saying that, Mr. Chairman.
You don't remember saying that?
Saying that, yes.
You recall that yesterday, this same portion was read to you by Honorable Agaga. And you know, this is Parliament House. Everything you say here is recorded. And if you want us to give you the scripts, it can be done within a twinkling of an eye. As you speak, I have a copy of whatever transpired yesterday, and every member here has a copy. This was the question that was posed to you yesterday, and this is the answer you gave. I just want to remind you, so that you can reconcile your position on this yesterday with what you're saying today. Honorable Agaga asked the question. I said, let me take you back to the substantive issue. You see, captured in the audio, these are some of your own statements. You said, because I would not want doctor to become the flag bearer, but he referred to this statement. And then he said, this is captured in the audio. Do you agree to the fact that these statements attributed to you are captured in the audio, which was played to your hearing commissioner? And this was your answer. Yes, I made it.
Mr. Chair, the question was, did you hear that this statement was in the audio? I said, yes, I heard it.
No.
I made it. I heard it.
I didn't listen to the question.
Counsel, I heard it is different from I made it.
Yes.
That means if you say you made it, that means you made a statement.
Yes, I didn't say.
You didn't say that?
No. I remember saying. Microphone down, so mine cannot come. Okay. This one is wrong.
Yes.
I remember saying that I heard it, but I don't remember that I said it.
Commissioner, I'm pleading with you to be careful. Because both of us are professionals, lawyers. You see, if you want us to play back what happened at the last sitting, it can be played back. Oh. Because, you know, you are trying to even indict the Secretariat that they've again, edited what you said. You see, so please, 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 I'm begging you. I wouldn't want to go too far with this matter, but if you believe that today the Secretariat had attributed something you didn't say, they will play back your voice, which was not the one on the tape, but right here. So please, let's be very careful. Counsel, you get the full implications of what I'm saying. Let's be very, very careful. Because I told you, and I want to insist, that there is no malice aforethought. And there's no way anybody will sit here and we will mess the person up. We will never do that. It will be bad to do that. So, do you want me to get a secretariat to play back your voice? Commissioner, if you want it, I mean, we need to play back your voice because you are trying to challenge the integrity of what the parliament is recording, the proceedings. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Mr. Chairman. I am not in any way challenging what they have put down. He asked me, do you remember saying this? And I'm saying that I don't remember saying that. And this is what I remember saying.
Commissioner, only yesterday, what he was trying to draw your attention to was what transpired yesterday before this committee. You see? So the testimony is what culminated in the proceedings. So he's reading back the proceedings to you. Like somebody saying that the judge did not record the proceedings well, you know. So this is what it is. So please, it's not about the tape issues. It's about yesterday's proceedings. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, if that was what I said yesterday,
Yes.
then maybe I didn't say what was in my mind. Because what I'm saying today is what I intend saying, that I don't remember saying that.
See,
So if I said that yesterday,
yes. You want to change it?
yes, Mr. Chairman.
But that's what I asked you. That was my initial question when we came over here. I said to you that is there anything you said previously and on reflection you want to change? And you said no. You remember I said that? Yeah, that was my initial thing. You see, Commissioner, you need to maybe pipe down, you see, because these matters should be very fresh in your memory. Just yesterday. Okay, so he says, so why don't you read it to him again? If he wants to change it, to be part of the record, we will see how we evaluate what he's saying. Yeah.
So, Commissioner, which one do you want to change now?
No. Please, my dear colleague, read it to him again. You see, because what you read to him is now a challenge. So be gracious enough to read the question from Agaga, the vice, you see, and his response yesterday, and then you will refresh his memory. Yes, please.
In fact, yesterday, Honorable Agaga read a statement attributed to you from the audio in question. And then, let me read exactly what he said.
Yes, do that.
Because, I'm quoting, because I will not want doctor to become the flag bearer, and then we lose elections. Then it goes on, gave you the position, break the 8. Meanwhile, this IGP is not correct. Alhaji, you there, you have done politics. You know elections is not just, sometimes elections, mafia work is inside. Alhaji, no, not at some time. As for that one, then you said, I am just saying. Then Alhaji comes in, mafia work is inside, not on some time. It is not some time, it is. Then you said, yes, and this man sitting up there will not help our party to do anything. And the question was, this is captured. This is what Honorable Agaga asked you yesterday, this is captured in the audio. Do you agree to the fact that these statements attributed to you are captured in the audio, which was played to your hearing, Commissioner? And then you answered, yes, I made it. And so I wanted you to reconcile your answer to this question yesterday with the answer you are giving today.
Honorable Chair, Mr. Agaga yesterday, out of this portion, did not ask just one question. He asked a question as to the mafia work, and I agree that yes, I said it. And I explained that when we come to mafia work, I was talking about if proper security is not provided at your stronghold, the opposition can come and cause a mess and people will not come to vote and you are likely to lose the election. But when he went to where it is written that I said, doctor, and he said, which doctor was you referring to? I said, I don't remember saying that.
You see, Mr. Chairman, in that very statement, we are talking about a doctor. And then you also said that this IGP is not correct. It is also in the same statement. And then the mafia work is also in the same statement. So when you look at the proceedings, Honorable Agaga asked you this first question and then proceeded to ask you a question about the mafia. Yes. The responses are here. And then he proceeded to ask you a question about the issue about whether IGP is correct or not. And you admitted that indeed the IGP is not correct. All these things are in this statement. And then you said you made it, and you explained. And so I'm becoming confused that today you sit before this committee to deny knowledge of this statement. That's my worry.
Mr. Chair, the only part of the statement that I did not accept is about a doctor.
Okay. Okay. So you don't accept the doctor?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That you didn't say doctor. Is that the case? Because the whole statement is being attributed to you. And so are you saying to the committee that you did not mention doctor there?
I said I don't remember saying that to Bukri now.
Okay. Okay. So if I ask you, I'm asking you now. This statement is on the audio, and it's being attributed to you that you have made this statement. Because I wouldn't want doctor to become the flag bearer, and then we lose the elections. Gave you the position. You have the document. Break the 8. Meanwhile, this IGP is not correct. Alaji, you there, you have done politics. You know elections is not just, sometimes elections, mafia work is inside. Did you make this statement?
Mr. Chair, some portions of the statement I did not, some I made.
The statement, can you repeat it, please?
Say some portions of the statement, I don't remember making it, but some portions.
Which are those portions? Those you don't remember?
I don't remember mentioning the name of, because I wouldn't want doctor to become flag bearer and we lose elections. I don't remember making that statement. But for the rest of it,
you made it?
Yes.
Okay.
Commissioner, this dimension of Doctor, did you hear your voice on the audio? Or somebody is trying to play with your voice?
Mr. Chair, I heard my voice on the audio. And yesterday I said, yes, I heard my voice, but I don't remember saying it. That's the answer I gave yesterday.
But it is very natural that what you forgot, hearing your own voice, should remind you that you said that. Is that not so?
Yes, it is natural.
Yes. So, because of the memory lapses, which is the lot of humanity, you can forget. Be very careful that when you hear your voice and you identify it as your voice, then you should know you said it. That's it. Because it can't be otherwise. You see, the voice that you are speaking to us now is being recorded. When you become whatever, the next 5 years, you might not remember all that happened here. But immediately they play back your voice. It should jolt your memory and you need to accept that, yes, that's my voice. That is all that we're trying to achieve, you know. And let's get it that simple and it will be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. But my problem is that because of technology, you might hear some voices that looks like your voice, but you don't remember saying those things because anybody can put anything anywhere. Sometimes you can see your picture, which is not even yours, but it's your picture.
Okay.
Now on the same page, COP Mensa, with the aid of your solicitors, you have accepted the statement that is attributed to you as the last statement down there, the same page 5, page 5 now, page 5. Go to page 5, the last statement. You have accepted that one. And that statement reads, they thought because we were also fighting the position, that is why we are destroying him. But when he started arresting party people, that is when they saw that, we said, we told you, but you did not listen. Sitting down, watching, you all watch and go to opposition. You have accepted this one as your statement. Is that not correct?
Yes, I said it.
So you are advising the MPP then? Is it an advice to the MPP?
I was advising Bugre now.
Okay. You all watch and go to opposition. Was that being referred to Bugre Nabu alone or his party? Let's be candid.
Mr. Chairman, I was talking to Bugre now.
And then when you go, okay, you want to make a follow-up. Then when you go up the same page, Speaker 2, media, I have been MPP member since long time. And now you are saying that we should omit the MPP and insert, is it UP? No, you have indicated something I want to understand.
Mr. Chair, I think this issue came yesterday, and I said same thing, the UP.
So you admit the entire statement except the use of MPP. Is that correct?
No, Eric. Let's refresh Commissioner's memory. What we said yesterday is on record. You said you were born into the UP tradition, but that is different from. Yes, that is different from what is captured here. You see? So what Honorable Opoku wants you to do is to speak to what is captured on page 5. You tried to make an insertion, right, which suggests that we should substitute MPP with UP. That is very different from what you told the committee yesterday about UP. You wanted the committee to understand that you were born into the UP tradition. And so by implication, you are a UP tradition member. But here you were very emphatic about MPP. So you see, the substitution wouldn't work.
Mr. Chair, that is why I said, if that's not the only thing I wrote there. If you look, I said, point, remember, I don't remember making that statement. Yes.
Yesterday, this was the question I posed to you, and I have your answer here. You have been an MPP member a long time before you joined the service. Is that correct? And this was your answer. Mr. Chairman, my family has been with the UP tradition since I was born, and we have remained there until now. That was the answer you gave yesterday.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and I will not run away from that.
That's right.
That is true.
That's right. And so on page 5, you are saying that you should remove the MPP and insert UP. And then again, you are saying you don't remember. So which one do you want us to take? Because you could have simply said, I don't remember making this statement. But you have also given indication that you wanted us to remove MPP and insert UP. So my understanding is that if we remove the MPP and put in UP, probably that will be your statement.
Mr. Chairman, this script, we never knew that you were going to ask us to make something on it and bring it to you. Some of the things, I noted it before Mr. Chairman said we should make things, this UP tradition that I put there yesterday myself. It's not meant for today. No. So please, take that one out.
Yesterday?
Yes, take that one out.
Okay. No, he's saying that was done yesterday.
No, he spoke about UP tradition yesterday,
yes.
not the paper.
Yes.
He's saying that.
What he's saying is that,
Listen, okay.
all he's trying to say is that he wrote certain things on the document at a time he didn't know would be asking him to give indication as to which portions of the transcript he accepts or rejects. And therefore, when he wrote UP, it was just notes that, is that not what you said?
Yes. No. Please. Your notes on the transcribed document, it's not what he's talking about, oh. No. It is the verbatim reporting of what transpired yesterday. And that is what it's making reference to. Not your notes, your handwritten, that you say UP.
Mr. Chairman, just a little correction.
Yes.
What the page you referred us to, Honorable referred us to, that's page 5.
Yes.
There is an insertion here.
By him.
By him.
That's not what he's referring to.
That's what he referred us to. Yes.
Now we are still on page 5.
Page 5 of what?
Page 5 of the verbatim reporting. Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the security area.
Yes.
As which one?
The first statement, he will not look at this as enough. He has picked every police officer to assign off now, including all the big men in Accra. They've all gone to assign off. What are they going to do? So that we will help. Policemen will be there. How do we? Hey, we shouldn't make that mistake at all. This one, you have, by our arrangement, it's like you have confirmed that this is your statement. Is that correct?
Yes, I said it.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay. And then I'm taking you to page 6. With military men, he is fighting with the army, the armed forces, page 6. The second one, speaker 2, the second one. With military men, he is fighting with the army, the armed forces. This one, you have confirmed this as your statement. Is that correct?
Yes, I made that statement, and I still stand by it.
That the IGP is fighting with the army. Is that the statement?
What is written is written.
Yes. We want to understand it. Okay. Okay. Then the first one, speaker 2. So, Alaji, whatever we need to do to get somebody else to supervise these elections, we need to do, because as we speak, this IGP, he is not good. He is not fine with the military officers. This one too, you confirm as a statement coming from you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I said it. As I said yesterday, I will say it everywhere.
Okay. And so when you said, so, Alaji, whatever we need to do, the we was representing which group of people? We, including yourself, which group of people were you referring to?
I was referring to myself and Alaji.
The two of you. And then speaker 2, the third statement. I don't know. You find out. If any army officer is your friend, call him and ask him, how do you see this IGP? He will tell you he has been arresting military cars, commanders' cars. Yes, find out yourself. Is this also your statement? This is also from the audio.
Yes, I said it, and I still stand by it.
Okay. Then the last one, Alaji, we tell people, you, because I didn't know you, so I cannot just get up and come to you and then tell you this. But those that we know, we tell them perfectly. But when you tell them, they think, oh, Mensa, maybe it is because you wanted to be IGP and they didn't give it to you. That is why. This is also your statement. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I said it.
Good. And then page 7. Page 7 is just a short one. Page 7. The father comes from Krobo and the mother is from Oti region. You know, if you count from the last speaker 2, is the third one. The third one, the last from the last. 1, 2, 3, yes. The father comes from Krobo and the mother is from Oti region. Is it your statement?
Yes. Yes,
Who were you
I said
talking
it.
about?
We are talking about the Inspector General of
General
Police.
of Police. Okay. Then, page 9. Counting from the bottom, the third one. Because his party was in power. Because his party was in power. Who were you referring to? And what specific party were you talking about? Because his party was in power. This one, you confirm that is your statement. So straight away, we answer the questions and then we proceed.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, that's my statement. I said it.
Yeah, because his party was in power.
Yes.
So who was the person being spoken about?
Mr. Dampare.
Dampare, who, and what party was it? His party?
NDC.
NDC?
Yes.
Okay, so you think that, or you claim that the current IGP is an NDC member. Is that correct? Because you said because his party was in power. Is that correct?
I'm not saying he was a member of NDC.
No, you said his party.
You can be a sympathizer. You don't need to be a member.
What is the difference between a sympathizer and a member?
Members have membership cards.
Okay, and sympathizers?
Sympathizers vote for those parties.
They just
support
vote.
them.
Okay. And so they can also, sympathizers can also say that this is my party. Is that correct? Okay. So you can say that MPP is your party because you are a sympathizer. Is that not correct?
I have been with the UP tradition for life, and I will still be there.
Yesterday you said that you are a sympathizer of the MPP.
Of course.
Yes. And so
And I will continue to be there.
If a sympathizer can describe a political party as my party, then in the same vein, you can describe the MPP as your party. Is that not correct?
Yes.
So MPP is your party?
Yes, but I'm not a card bearer, and it's my party.
Let's proceed. Okay. Page 10. You've written something that I cannot read. If you can read for us. The top there.
What I wrote there is national.
National. Or was it for your own use or it's for your own? It's not for. Okay. So you wanted to say that you didn't say Russian, but you said national. Is that correct? Because in the audio, it is reported as Russian, and you have written the national. Are you indicating to the committee that it wasn't Russian but national?
That was some of the mistakes those who transcribed made.
Oh, okay.
National,
okay.
He wrote.
So you said national. It wasn't
yes.
Russian. Okay. And then page 11 too, you have written something there. If you can read for us, because I can't see it.
Chair, that was my personal note. It wasn't meant for the committee.
Okay.
Well, let's stay there. So you admit that when your voice is captured as saying he, when he brings his CV, there are certain things that he doesn't add to it. He has removed all those things from his CV. In his CV, he never indicated that he was the aide-de-camp to President Professor Mills. No, he didn't. But do you stand by those words as having been uttered by you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I stand by them.
When you say, when he brings his CV, right, it presupposes that anytime he brings up his CV, you see it. Is that the understanding?
It doesn't presuppose. It doesn't presuppose, please.
Chairman, please.
No, but you are using the word it presupposes. That means you
well,
want to conjecture.
Well, let me ask my questions.
So you should ask him. No.
Please,
cancel.
Please, Chairman.
I'll crave your indulgence. See, do not put words in the mouth of the witness. That's a basic rule of if you say that, you know. But to presuppose makes it, with respect, an argument or conjecture. And that would not be a way to grade him on the matter, because he could answer wrongly based on your conjecture. Yes.
Now, Commissioner, when you state categorically that he has removed all those things from his CV, have you seen his CV?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
When did you see his CV?
Mr. Chair, I've been at the police headquarters for so many years. Officers have our CVs on our files. The last time I saw his CV was when he was appointed IGP, and the CV came in all the papers. And it is from there that I made this comment.
That the fact of the IGP having once served as aide-de-camp to Professor Mills was not captured in the CV. You made the note.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
You want him to finish before you take your
full. Okay. Oh, I'll conclude soon. Mr. Chairman, I'll conclude soon.
No, so, yeah, hold on a second. You were trying to say a few things about this. And are you done with it, or you should continue?
Yes, I'm saying he should continue, but he should also wrap up so that we can, I'll take my substantive.
Yes. This is the 100th time I've told you that you have your day, and let them finish, and then all that you have the residual powers, and then you begin to go as far as you want to go. Well, I thought, you were just doing a follow-up, but it seems to me that it's no longer a follow-up.
I'm taking you back to page 9. There's a small statement there. I want some clarification. Page 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. From bottom, speaker 2, 4. Alaji said this. Now, he became a commissioner before you. And this was your response. Yeah, before me because his party was in power. You have confirmed that this is your statement. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then yesterday, Honorable Tobu asked you a question, and then you provided an answer. Let me read the question and the answer to you for you to understand me. Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. In the policy guideline before the Ghana Police Service Regulations 2012, which you also enjoyed from 1992 till we had a new policy guideline, it was provided in that if one is a chartered accountant, one's minimum rank should be a superintendent of police. I presume that is why Dr. Dampari became your senior. Is that right? And then you answered, that is true.
Yes, I did.
So why are you saying that he became commissioner before you because his party was in power, knowing very well that the guidelines state something different?
This is a conversation, and becoming a superintendent and a commissioner are totally different. The first one was becoming a superintendent. This one is becoming a commissioner. They are totally different.
Which one was the superintendent? Which one? The one you said is true, eh?
The one you read.
Uh-huh.
It's about the superintendent.
I've read two things. Which one are you referring to?
You said now he became a commissioner.
Okay.
And what you read, the question Mr. Tobo asked was about superintendent.
Okay. And so you
But
think
the question now is about commissioner. And I'm saying these are two different ranks.
And you think that in the police service, people are promoted based on their party affiliations. Is that not the case? Because you said because his party was in power. Is that what you are insinuating?
Chairman, I'm sorry, I will not want to answer this question.
Yeah, you want to clarify your point.
Commissioner, I just want to help my colleague. What he's saying is that Dr. George Akupu Dampare became superintendent as a result of his academic qualification, being a chartered accountant. And by virtue of that, he became your senior. He became a superintendent before you. Consequently, he became a commissioner before you. And why you go to say that he became a commissioner before you because his party was promoting him? So he's asking you the question. Is it by virtue of the policy of the Ghana Police Service he became commissioner before you, or because his party was promoting him? That is the question he wants you to answer. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
We need some clarification. Yesterday, what my colleague Peter Tobu asked, and your answer suggested was that once you complete a course like the CA, a professional course, you are promoted to a superintendent. Yes. We want to have an understanding of the distinction, the considerations that are made from superintendent upwards, so that we are able to understand the promotional requirements from superintendent downwards, superintendent upwards. Are there some positions that has to go through the police council or to the president, or the IGP himself can promote on his own, promote some officers? We need to understand. Because your answer was in the affirmative, that he became a superintendent because of academic qualification. That's why he overtook you.
That was your question.
That was Peter's question.
Mr. Chairman, police promotions have so many things going on in it. We have academic promotions, we have normal promotions, and we have special recommendations. For now, as we speak, those academic promotions are no more. And I think we've all heard that some 88 officers have taken the IGP to court about this. We have the normal promotions, and we have special recommendations. These are the three.
Honorable, you should be winding up. You've taken center stage for a long time. We need to move on there.
So my question was very specific. When you said somebody became a commissioner before you because his party was in power, and I asked, you were promoted during President Kufuor's time. And 8 years, you alluded to the fact that 8 years under NDC, you were never promoted. President Nana Addo Dankwa assumed office and promoted you. So is it because your party is in power that you are being promoted, or you are promoted? Or?
I I was promoted because I was due for promotion for more than 9 years.
In other words, he's saying that he was long overdue. That's what he's trying to say.
But IGP Dampare was not due for promotion at the time he was promoted. Is that the case?
Please answer.
The chairman, I haven't said so.
No, he said he was promoted above you because his party was in power. So the basis for the promotion is the party that was in power. That is what you are alluding to. And we know you are a very intelligent officer. Everybody knows you. Very, very intelligent, very experienced. So when a statement of this nature is put out, then certainly we have to ask questions. Because the service is a service of integrity. And we presume that promotions are done based on the competence and on merit. And so when you say, just because the party was in power, it is something that some of us don't understand. That's why I'm seeking further clarification from you.
Commissioner, clarify.
I am not saying that he was not due for promotion or he was not competent to be promoted. I said he was promoted because his party was in power, because some of us who were seen as not members of the party were not promoted for almost 9 years.
Commissioner, are promotions based on party affiliation within the police service?
Mr. Chairman, it is not supposed to be. And when some people are there, it is not so. As we speak, it is not so. But at a point in time, it was so. That's why some of us stayed there 9 good years.
Some time ago, what period was that when promotions were based on political party affiliation in the police service? Yes, please.
That was the period from 2008 to 2016.
2008 to 2016?
Yes.
Right. Yesterday, you recall, I gave you an example and asked you to give me a response. I asked whether you knew General Obi Akwa, who was Army Commander or Chief of Army Staff in 2016. And what was your response to that question yesterday?
The chairman, I'm sorry, General Obi Akwa is not and was not a policeman.
Yes. The armed forces is a sister security institution.
Oh, vice.
So I asked, this is a legitimate question. I asked this man this same question, and he gave me a certain answer. When I followed up, his response was wrong, and it was deliberate. So this is a legitimate question. You see, he sat here and confirmed that between 2008 and 2016, promotions were based on party affiliation. So let us squeeze him on this.
That is his view.
No, but his view must be tested.
Listen.
Chairman, with the greatest of respect.
No,
I don't like the
respect
way you interrupt me whenever I take the floor. This is a very important part of his testimony.
But he has answered. You see, your follow-up is even bringing in what I want to call extra matters of the military, which we are not going into.
No, they are analogous. And so, in order to test his credibility, who says I can't talk about analogous issues?
Okay, so Commissioner, there are some analogous matters that you should address so that
yes,
we move on.
Yes.
So Vice, continue.
Obi Akwa was Chief of Army Staff from by 2016 he was Chief of Army Staff. Do you agree? Of this country. You're a senior police officer, you should know that.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know.
All right, now let me suggest to you that he was Chief of Army Staff, or what they call Army Commander, under President Mahama, and then became Chief of the Defense Staff under President Akufo-Addo. So your attempt to make the statement that appointments are based on party affiliations is not correct.
Mr. Chairman, what happens in the police is different from what happens in the military. And Chief of Army Staff is not a promotion, it's a position. And that is different from promotion. Get it right. That is a position and not a promotion. So you can't compare what I'm saying to what you are saying. They are totally different matters. And the police and the military are different institutions.
We are talking about promotions and appointments.
In the police service, not everywhere, Mr. Chairman.
Let's find out whether Vice is satisfied. Lest I'll be accused of, please. If you got a referee like me anywhere, the match will be good. So don't. I'm moderating things. You don't know what I'm going through here myself. I'm a moderator, you see.
Stop me writing my tracks.
Please.
As your vice chairman, I get the impression that you're questioning my sense of fairness. No. Chairman.
I'm trying to moderate you so that if you are not careful, it could be something else. That's what I'm trying to do. No, I've prompted him severally, but he defies me, you know. And I'm one of these days.
If I sit here, you allow a witness to make such a conclusive statement. In 2008, 2016, promotions were based on politics.
That is his view.
You see why I wanted that
Please. A man can state his view.
You think such a view hasn't got security ramifications?
Yes, we evaluate it. That his view was wrong. When we are writing our paper, he is not supposed to tell us what is the reality. No, if his reality is wrong, we leave him to his errors. But we will sit here and say that it is wrong. So what are you going to say? We are not going to swallow hook, line, and sinker all that he says here. Because he said it, that we as a committee will just produce. It's not like that.
The public is listening.
As for
this
the public.
So, no. We represent the public. Some information, when it's spewed out and you don't correct it, it poisons the public atmosphere. So when a witness makes a statement like that, you know, he must be subjected to the proper test. Yes.
The public is discerning. They are listening. You see, the public, some of them are even knowledgeable than us. So it's not, I'm not going to pander to any public, but what I'm going to tell you is that if a man gives an opinion, that is his opinion. He might be palpably wrong. He's wearing a different lenses from mine. And he's in the service. He thinks that promotions could be political. When we are interrogating the matter, we'll sit down and see whether what he's saying is the truth or not. But the more you say that an answer is not palatable to you, you repeat the same thing.
No.
That is what he's doing. You are not seeing that.
I related to a factual situation. He sat here. He
Yes.
sat here and told the whole country
Yes.
that I was wrong. But the analogy I presented was factual.
Well, no, not that.
And that defeats the position he has taken.
He disagreed with you. That's why he
But
was saying that.
we can't tolerate those kinds of, prevarications. When it suits him, then he says one thing. When it doesn't suit him, no, we must correct him.
Okay. So
When
I will finish that.
Obiakwa was chief of defense staff, everybody knew. When he was chief of army staff, everybody knew.
No, I didn't know.
And we knew under which political dispensation
Chairman,
I didn't
he
know.
served.
I'm hearing it for the first time.
Greatest of respect.
Yes.
I think we are taking the wind out of the sails of Honorable Poku.
Yes.
Obiakwa became, for the record,
Yes.
became Chief of Army Staff when Bukweduse was sacked. So let's also have it on record.
Was he sacked?
Removed. Removed, sacked. He didn't go on retirement. Check.
Vice, we'll come back to you. Please conclude. Please conclude so that we'll be able to come to the end of the matter. Okay. Please conclude. Yeah.
Okay. Now, between 2017 and 2019, were you promoted? 2017 and 2019, were you promoted?
Yes, I was.
Were you promoted?
Yes.
From which level to where? I mean, from what level to which level? Ranks.
2017
and 2019.
Yeah, I was promoted from Assistant Commissioner to Deputy Commissioner, then from Deputy Commissioner to Commissioner.
Is it normal with the service that within 2 years somebody is given these kinds of promotions? Is it normal?
Yes, it is very normal.
And it's not because your party...
Especially when the person has spent 9 years in one rank, when his juniors has become commissioners, and he was still an assistant commissioner.
Okay. Now, page 17. Page 17. Counting from top. 1, 2, 3, speaker 2. Mic off. Page 17. Counting from top. 1, 2, 3, speaker 2. For this assembly of elections, it is very critical. We need, whatever we need to do to win, we have to do it and win. Yes. This is a statement that you have confirmed as your statement. Is that correct?
Yes.
So when you said we need to win, whatever we need to do to win, we have to do. Were you referring to the MPP as a party?
Yes.
So as an officer, you wanted your party to do everything possible to win. Is that the case?
I've said it already. And that was a conversation, private conversation between me and a senior party member.
Okay. And then, last but one, speaker 2, on the same page, we should have selected some of our own people to go there so that we work with the party. This is a statement you have confirmed as yours. We should have selected some of our own people to go there so that we work with the party. They go over there, then they know how to do things. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So you wanted your party, the MPP, to select police officers who are perceived to be your members to go and make sure you win the enough violence. Is that not the case?
No, I wanted them to select people they trust who will go there and will not go and cause any confusion and will make sure that whoever wins, wins, but not to go and destroy your strongholds.
So when you say some of our own people, with some, I know you are referring to some policemen. And so we're talking about some of our own people. So in the police service, do we have policemen belonging to the MPP and another group belonging to the NDC? Let us understand the issues clearly.
Mr. Chairman, I will not be a hypocrite.
Yes.
We have it. And we have some of our people who resigned within 2 weeks and they went and contested for MPs when they were supposed to have had been card-bearing members for 5 years. But they resigned within 2 weeks they were contesting. I'm not a hypocrite. I'll speak the truth.
So as you speak, our police service is divided along political lines. That's the impression I'm getting, and I believe a lot of people watching are getting the same impression. Is that the case? That we have MPP group in the service, and then we have NDC group?
With the greatest of respect. let's have in camera with this. It's okay. It's, as you speak now, the Ghana Police Service is divided along party lines. That's a very explosive thing. Yeah, so please, in good time, we can have him in camera. We will glean meaning and understanding from him quietly. We might call whoever matters, and it will become part of our recommendations. You want to go, sir?
Chairman, I was having a discussion with Honorable Agaga on General Eduse, Puku Eduse.
Yes.
He was prematurely retired. Okay. Yes, he was supposed to be 65, but he left before the time, and Aqua was made to act in his stead, and he's confirmed that.
No.
So he wasn't. He was released before his time.
He was dismissed, and I said no. It was used, the word dismissal is strong, because dismissal means that you go home without any benefits whatsoever.
I mean, he was released before his time.
That is fine.
That is true.
Yes. So, I mean, before his time, I can't speak to that, but
Fine.
all I can say is that he was not dismissed.
That is fine. That is fine. So now, Vice,
Yes, sir.
you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Now, COP, you stated one of your charges against the IGP is that he had been arresting party people. You said this.
Yes, I said it.
Now, which party people are those?
I was speaking to Bugre Nabu, so I was referring to his party people.
Which party?
MPP.
Now, can you confirm to this committee which party people who had been arrested?
Mr. Chair, I never knew that I was going to be asked this question. But I can remember just one, that the third vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party was arrested.
Why was he arrested and what is his name?
Mr. Chairman, I don't know his name. All what I knew was the third vice chairman of the NPP. He was arrested for a traffic offense.
Is that an arrestable offense?
Yes, it is.
So he was arrested because he jumped the red light or he committed a traffic offense and not because of his party affiliation. Is that correct?
I actually don't know the offense he committed. If I tell you here that I knew the offense he committed, I will not be speaking the truth.
Commissioner, I thought you just said he was arrested for a traffic offense.
Yes, he was arrested for a traffic offense, but we have several traffic offenses. So I don't know the specific traffic offense he committed. But the information we had was that he was arrested for a traffic offense. But the specific one, I don't know, and I cannot sit here and lie.
So you would agree with me that he was arrested not because of his party affiliation, but because he had committed a traffic offense.
Mr. Chair, I don't think I said he was arrested because of his party affiliation. No, I've not said so.
Commissioner, you see, let's be forthright. This is a statement which is captured in the audio, and it's attributable to you. You complained to Buri Nabu that the IGP was arresting party people. Party people. Now I'm asking you, and you indicated an answer to my question that a second vice chairman was arrested. And I'm asking you whether he was arrested because he was second vice chairman or he was arrested as a normal citizen who committed a traffic offense. That's the question.
Yes. And I've answered the question, Mr. Chairman. I've answered it.
What's your answer?
I said he was arrested for a traffic offense. That's what I said.
Do you know or have you heard of the name Sosu, Honorable Sosu, the LP for Medina? Have you heard the name before?
Yes, I know of Honorable Sosu. I've heard the name before.
Are you aware Honorable Sosu was arrested, charged, and prosecuted for a traffic offense? It was in the news. I served as his counsel. Did you hear that?
Honorable Sosu was not arrested. Honorable Sosu was declared wanted because the police could not arrest him. They wrote to Parliament for him to report. He never reported. He was not arrested.
That was in relation to a demonstration. My second question has to do with the commission of a traffic offense. And I'm asking you whether you are aware that Honorable Sosu, the NDC member of Parliament for Medina, was arrested, charged, and prosecuted for a traffic offense. It was in the news.
The Chairman, I'm not aware.
So that is for the records. And I served as his counsel. He was arrested, charged, prosecuted. Whilst Dr. Dampari was at post as the Inspector General of Police. These are facts, and I'm sharing with you.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Why I say you are sharing with him? Has he told you he needs it? What is the meaning of this? Yeah, let me also put something on record. I was in a vehicle myself, my own vehicle, reading. All of a sudden, the police said, my driver should park, and he parked. They took me to the airport police station, and they said I was not the one driving, so they won't charge me. They charged the driver, and they took him to court, and we paid the fine. So it was all over. I touched the of Chibi, I was in the vehicle.
So you see, Commissioner, nobody is above the law, including you as Commissioner. It is expected that when you commit a traffic offense, even as Commissioner, you should be arrested. Is that not the case?
The Chairman, that's the case.
Now, Commissioner, you are very conversant with the police service regulations, as commissioner, you should be CI 76, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Now, you are aware that as a serving officer, a police officer, you are prohibited from allowing yourself to be embroiled in any form of political controversy. You know that? Those are prohibitions contained in the CI 76. You are a lawyer, senior officer. You nearly became IGP, so you should know this.
Mr. Chairman, I want your Vice Chairman to read that section that he is talking about.
Major offenses, CI 76. Disciplinary offenses and under 82. Major offenses, not minor, major. It is a major offense for an officer to A, assault a fellow police officer, B, use without lawful authority any property or facilities of the service for a purpose not in connection with official duties. C, engage in an activity outside official duties, which is likely to I, involve the officer in political controversy. My emphasis, yes. Yeah. So, involve the officer in political controversy. Then, if I take you back to the Parent Act, the Police Service Act 1970, Section 17D, in fact, what is contained in 82 Regulation 82, no, the CI 82 1CI is captured. Is captured in the same language in 17C. So it shall be misconduct. That is under 17C. It shall be misconduct for a police activity outside his official duties, which is likely to involve him in political controversy or lead to his taking improper advantage of his position in the police service. You are conversant with this position, aren't you?
Mr. Chairman, I am.
So, Commissioner, you know that when you engaged in conversations with Buri Nabu about election security and how the IGP's continuous presence, or if you like, occupation of that office will not inure to the benefit of your party in the upcoming elections.
Political controversy is subject to interpretation. That is your interpretation. That is not mine.
Okay. Now, officer, you IGP appear to very well.
Yes, I do.
Do you recall that in his formative years as an officer, he served as an ADC to a vice president of this land?
I do. I replaced him when he was promoted chief superintendent, and they said chief superintendents cannot be ADC to vice president. So I went and replaced him there. So I do.
So you replaced him as ADC to which vice president?
I replaced him as AD to core in Tencent, Accra. He's so rest in peace.
Amen. And for the records.
No. You want to convert here to a church or what? Did you say amen?
Yes. Chairman, he said, may his soul rest in peace.
In fact, Vice, you know, you're very excited, you know. What is the matter? Because when you said amen, I thought you have just gone into the church.
Chairman, Vice President Akai is somebody I respected so well. And so when he passed, we were all sad. The commissioner was his ADC. I'm sure he was touched when, you know, fond memories of him as his ADC. So when he said, may his soul rest in peace, I'm very spiritual sometimes, you know, so, so that he can rest in peace.
That is fine.
The Lord would grant his soul.
That is fine.
Yes. Yes. So, now, Commissioner, Mr. Santia Pietu rose through the ladder, having served under successive governments, and became IGP. Is that not correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
When you talk about elections, and how your party should fare, I want to ask you, in the course of your career, have you managed elections before?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Can you give me examples?
Chairman, 2008, I was the Regional Operations Commander in the Ashanti region. At the same time, the Divisional Commander for Manchia, and the Divisional Commander for Konongo. And I managed the 2008 elections in the Ashanti region.
Were the elections managed to your expectation?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. To me, yes.
And at that time, your party lost. We are talking about 2008.
Yes, 2008, Mr. Chairman.
Your party lost.
Which party are you?
Which party are you referring to, Mr. Chairman?
Oh, my brother.
Chairman, sorry. It's on record. And he has not denied. Save for the attempt to substitute UP for MPP. But he eventually stated that those were just notes. So the record stands. And there is no denial. He hasn't. Now, Commissioner, which other election have you been involved in?
Almost all elections that have taken place ever since I joined the police service I've been involved in.
Were you involved in the Ayawaso West Wagon elections?
Mr. Chairman, I was not involved in the Ayawaso West Wagon elections.
What was your designation at the time, if I may ask?
I was the Director General in charge of operations in the whole country.
Or at the headquarters?
At the headquarters, yes.
And yet you were not involved in the conduct of such an important election as Director General Operations? I thought the police were deployed in that election.
I was part of the strategic thinkers, but not operational men. It was the responsibility of the Greater Accra region to supervise that election, not headquarters.
Did you appear before the Milshot Commission of Inquiry?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Now, you see, when you are Director General Operations, you have universal jurisdiction in the country. Do you agree?
Yes.
So, therefore, regardless of whichever region is tasked to supervise an elections, the Director General does not absolve himself of responsibility because you are the overall boss in terms of operations and you have universal jurisdiction.
The Director General Operations is in charge of the strategic planning of the operations. He is not in charge of the down-ground operational duties.
In fact, you visited Ayawaso West Wagon after the election was marred with so many controversies, violence, and so on. You visited Ayawaso West Wagon and granted interviews extensively. And those videos are, I mean, the media landscape is awash with those videos. Do you agree?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I visited the Ayawaso election area after the incident, and I granted an interview. That is true.
Were you satisfied with the output of the police in that election as Director General Operations?
Mr. Chair, I was satisfied with what the police did at that time, because eventually we were able to finish the elections and the declaration were made and everything ended.
Were you satisfied with the acts of violence that was perpetrated in the course of the conduct of the elections?
Mr. Chair, the violence that occurred at Ayawaso was not for the elections. It did not happen because of the elections. It was a totally different matter.
You know, as a result of the violence, the major opposition party withdrew from the election. You are aware, Commissioner?
Mr. Chairman. That is what I heard, but I can't confirm.
Nice. I want to come in here. The tape mentioned matters pertaining to Asenot. Now, I've been listening to you for close to 20 minutes, and there is a very big importation of ayahuasca matters and the rest of it. So I want to find out from you, how soon are you going to wind up on this ayahuasca matter?
Oh, Chairman, I wouldn't spend the whole day on ayahuasca. I want to draw some linkages, establish that.
The violence in the...
yeah, no. You see, well, this is an officer who has stated clearly that if certain changes are not made, outcomes of elections will not be favorable for his party. He's been at the helm of an affair so far as elections, the conduct of elections are concerned before. So I'm asking whether what he superintended over, whether at the strategic level or at the tactical level, whether he was happy with the outcomes. And then I'm going to establish some linkages, so I wouldn't keep long. Should I proceed?
Yes, I was wondering where you were going with the matter, but if you say there are linkages, then let's have them quickly. Because of the fact that we are about to...
Oh, I'm not going to... Yeah, I don't like...
We have to wind up.
A long winding, lines of questioning. I would...
Oh, my God.
It's not...
I'm a senior at the bar, and I know... Oh. You should know by now.
I don't dispute your seniority.
But I thought...
But I mean,
I thought you were going to write a long essay about ayahuasca.
Oh, no.
But if you have repented, let's proceed.
No, yes. You
have repented from that words.
Yes.
Let's proceed.
Yes. Now, Commissioner, when you state clearly that if Alaji, whatever we need to do to get someone else to supervise these elections, we will need to do, because as we speak, he is not good. He is not fine with. So for election purposes, given your experience at ayahuasca, what would you have done differently if you were IGP to ensure that your party is successful from this context?
Mr. Chairman, if it can be referred to the page on which this quotation appears.
Page 6. It reads, Alagi, whatever we need to do to get somebody else to supervise these elections, we need to do, because as we speak, this IGP, he's not good. He's not fine with the military officers.
Your colleague here, sorry? Your colleague here exhausted that area.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, he didn't draw linkages between ayahuasca and what I'm seeking to do. Yes, I'm coming from a different tangent.
Okay.
Totally different. A COP understands that. He's a lawyer. Yes.
Please, can you ask the question after he has read?
Mr. Chairman, per the question and per what he read, I said he is not fine with the military officers. And I don't even think the audio, that's why I said the audio was audited. It didn't capture, or I did not only mention the military officers. I said the military officers and all other security institutions. And election security is not only by the police. It is by the police and all other security institutions, including the military. And if you have an IGP who is not in correct relationship with all these security institutions, then supervising the elections is going to be difficult. Because you need all these security institutions to come and support the police. Because during the election day, the number of police stations, the number of centers that you have, the police numbers cannot. And you need all these sister security institutions to assist. So if they are not together, how do we do this? That was what I was telling Alaji. And as I already told, this was a private conversation.
COP, you know, you are a former Director General of Operations at the National Headquarters. You know that for the purposes of the management of election security, we have the Elections Security Task Force. You are aware of the existence of the task force, aren't you?
I'm very, very much aware.
And
which
that,
I've heard it before.
Good. And that task
on
force,
behalf of the IG.
And that task force is made up of the IGP as chairman, members of the military command, and the heads of the other security agencies. Is that correct?
That is so.
Now, has the military ever threatened to withdraw from that task force in view of, you know, what you would perceive as a bad blood between the IGP and the military?
I never said so.
I said have they. I didn't say you have. Sure. Have they?
That hasn't happened.
Yes. So you see, the system put in place, therefore, has not been faulted. If there's bad blood, it is at that level that the complaints would be made and the withdrawal because there can't be coordination and collaboration. You agree with me?
I don't.
So, as former director operations, who superintended over Ayawaso elections, what would you have done differently to influence outcomes of elections for your party if you were the IGP?
I've never been former director operations. I was a director general operations.
Yes, in that capacity.
I did not supervise the Ayawaso election. It was supervised by the Greater Accra Regional Director of Operations.
You said at the strategic level you were involved. That's what you said.
At the thinking level.
Yes, yes.
Not operational level.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even in that capacity, what would you have done? No. What would you have done?
In respect of which one? In respect of which?
You see, he's prevaricating. You see, you understood the question.
No. What would I have done in respect of which election?
Sorry, as former Director General, right? If you because you were lobbying to become IGP, you said if they take him to elections outcomes will not be favorable. So if you had that position, what would you have done differently to influence the outcomes of the elections in your party's favor?
I never said so. What I would have done was to be in good relationship with all the security institutions so that together we can all work together and make sure that the election is conducted peacefully and no party can do any mafioso work anywhere to subvert the will of the people.
Let's go to page 11 of the transcript. The exhibit 1. No, well, it's the same thing. One has been marked. Yes, so I'll use that. Yes. You see, COP, beneath the statements you made in relation to President Mahama, right, that is beneath the CV conversation, page 11 of Exhibit 1. After you had spoken about the CV, you come down, then we have Alaji. He doesn't put it there. So now that he is an IGP and John Mahama is the presidential candidate for NDC, did they contact themselves? Then Speaker, but they are always talking. Then there's laughter. Speaker, but they are always talking. They are always talking. That's Alaji. Then you said again, the man knows that when President Mahama comes, he will maintain him. Please, do you still stand by these words?
Yes, I said it. I said it.
So the IGP is always talking to President Mahama. You know that for a fact?
That is from my intelligence.
This is a fact-finding committee. You want to share with us?
Mr. Chair, no.
You don't want to share your intelligence with us?
No.
The man knows that when President Mahama comes, he will maintain him. Alaji, he will maintain him as an IGP. He is fooling himself. It won't work. Then, Speaker, he knows. Do you think? You see, COP, I am suggesting to you that you lied when you told Buri Nabu that the IGP is always talking to President Mahama. That was a figment of your own imagination. You have no evidence whatsoever. In fact, you have no intelligence whatsoever. This is your own concoction. You don't have any intelligence. You don't have any evidence. You said these things to Buri Nabu just because you wanted to be IGP.
Mr. Chairman, there's a portion of the question which we have some difficulties with. What the Vice Chairman is saying is that he's suggesting to the witness that he lied under oath. We think that is a bit far-reaching. The statement that was made when I was suggesting to him that he lied when he says so. You may disagree with him. We want the question to be phrased so that he can answer it properly.
But how do I rephrase it? I'm putting something to him. If it is correct, he will simply say it's not correct. Is it because I use the word lie?
That is so.
So if I were to say, but I use the earlier word, prevarication, what's the difference? I'm putting something to him that statement is not factual. It is not. It is for him to agree or disagree. You wouldn't be found wanting for perjury. I mean, we would take into account several other factors.
Yes,
to determine
is it
perjury.
counsel?
I'm putting something to him, right to him.
When something is not factual, it's a different issue altogether. But when you say somebody is lying, you understand, then he's trying to peddle deliberate falsehood. So when you don't know a fact, it doesn't make you a liar. So that's the difference my colleague is trying to show. But you can always repackage it so that it will achieve the same decency. Yeah.
Yes. Rephrase.
But the whole point of the matter is that
he has no evidence. So let me put it this way. So I withdraw the first. Council is not very happy about how the question was couched. Commissioner, I'm suggesting to you that as we sit here, you have no evidence to show that this IGP is constantly talking to President Mahama. You have no such evidence.
Mr. Chair, my intelligence shows that he does it.
Once you are drifting in that realm, is that something you'd want to finish the committee with in camera? Because it's very serious, you know?
no, there's nothing serious about it. I'm quite. I mean, look, listen, Council. Today, they have the leader of this nation, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. The IGP can talk to the President Akufo-Addo, can't he? And if there are issues for discussion, so that maybe the opposition might pipe down on a matter for reasons of security, can't the IGP call former President Mahama and say, hello? Or what is wrong with that?
Chairman, you see, don't let us not.
Please.
There is the context.
It
The
doesn't
context
mean anything.
matters. You see, the context defines,
Council.
you know, the nature of what he put out there. The context.
Okay.
The context.
So
If it's having normal conversations,
how would we know?
no problem. But you see, there is a context. Here is a man who wants to replace an IGP. And one of the reasons is that he's constantly talking to the opposition leader, former president.
Yes.
That is not something that is too good for the ears of Buri Nabu. It means that when he uttered these words, right, there were certain motives. So when he says, oh, as a security couple, you know, there's nothing wrong if he says somebody talks to another. Yes, ordinarily there's nothing wrong. But the context within which these words were said is problematic. And I'm asking if he has any evidence. Yes, he says he has intel.
He said he won't share it. He said it.
I asked whether, but he hasn't answered the second bit of my question, whether he would want to do that in camera.
No, Mr. Chairman.
You won't want to share it?
No, Mr. Chairman.
So we can now properly evaluate what way to attach. But if I had not done that, there will be gaps. There will be gaps. Exactly. But if I had not concluded on this note on this one, how would you know? Fill in the gaps. That's the last question.
Final question.
Commissioner, do you have any regrets about the leakage? Everything you said in that audio, do you have any regrets?
I want to understand the question. Are you asking me whether I have any regret about meeting Bukre Nabu? That is different from having any regret about the leakage, as if I caused the leakage.
Please, can you, shoot the question again? Maybe it's lost on him, yeah.
Yes. You see, Commissioner, you were engaged in a conversation with a friend, someone you trusted. Now, you asked, you are captured as having said so many things. We don't want to go into that. I'm saying that as a commissioner of police, do you have any regrets that these things are in the public domain and Commissioner Mensah's name is being mentioned left, right, center? Do you have any regrets at all?
Mr. Chairman, must be frank. Yes, because I thought I was speaking to a well-respected, confidential friend. I didn't know that I was just speaking to such a person. Thank you.
All right. Answers. Yes. Now, this is the final question for the day. And then we'll see how it goes. Commissioner. That the tape is incomplete. Do you have the complete tape?
Mr. Chairman, my intel suggests that what was used to tape the conversation was done by the current IGP. He sent some people to do it, and after which he went for it. So the tape, from my intel, is with the IGP, and he caused it to be leaked. So if this committee wants the tape, the right person to call before this committee is the Inspector General of Police.
Commissioner, with the greatest of respect, did you verify what your intel told you, or this is a hearsay? Did you have the ocular proof from what your intel told you? Or this is something that you just believe it could be true?
This is not something that I just believe to be true. But, Mr. Chairman, I wouldn't want to say it here. But I can tell you in confidence. I can tell the committee in confidence, but not here.
In camera, okay.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right. I'm sure you are fully persuaded that there are a lot of outstanding matters.
Yes.
And because of that, expect us to call you back. We'll crave your indulgence for the sake of what is going on, that you don't travel, I mean, in the immediate future, so that we'll be able to have the benefit of your presence. Okay. So for now, you are released. And in good time, you'll hear from us. But I have to make a very strong apology to my brother, Superintendent Asare. Yes, I have to apologize, because as if you are virtually being detained, but that is not our intention. Two people were very verbose on the committee. The first who was very verbose is the council. No, it's not the council. It's a commissioner. And the second person who was very verbose is the vice. These two people. Two lawyers. Oh, I mean, I've been listening to you people. Two lawyers who are so verbose, and because of their verbosity, they're taking all the time. I apologize. I needed to contain them sometime, the two of them. So please, Monday is when you have your day. And I'm craving your indulgence that Monday come. If it is possible for you to receive anything you need to aid your interrogation on Monday, the Secretariat is around to, give you the aid. If we can even give you the proceedings and the rest of it. But the proceedings so far, whatever you need to know, so that you and council will be very ready for Monday at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. We'll be able to, do what is needful. But I have to thank you for coming, and also your stamina. I really appreciate your stamina. So, council, we have all your details, all the lawyers, and you have surrender all your phone details, your emails, and read over to the secretary, because we wouldn't now have to use the Minister for Interior to invite you. Right now, you are with us. And therefore, you've not been discharged. You've just been released for today, so we'll be able to call you personally and deal with matters. All the details of the members of the committee to the Secretariat. So, we thank you for coming. You want to say something?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for the opportunity. But when you said we shouldn't travel, I don't think, I think you are talking about outside the country.
Yes,
because as I sit here, I'll be traveling to my hometown.
Yes, oh, you can.
Yes, okay.
You see, I'm saying that, like you going to have a vacation, in, is it Dubai? He says he's going to be quiet. No, I'm saying that the travel, I meant like leaving the jurisdiction. Maybe there's an assignment that will take you 3 weeks, but even that you have to notify us. It's not because of anything, so that we'll be able to have the scheduling properly done. So, you are discharged. That's all I can say for now. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have to also thank the lawyers, for the time. And I will tell you that either you bring your own packed lunches or we can give you lunch. It's the same meal we eat, we can give it to you, so that it shouldn't be as if we have had a long day and we are being starved. Yes.
That's why we are grateful.
Sure.
We will take the chance to take part of our taxes.
So, the formal proceedings have come to a close, and we have adjourned proceedings to Monday, 10 o'clock in the forenoon. So please, you can leave this chamber because formal proceedings have come to a close. You can leave the chamber. Yes. Oh, Mr. Sir.